Lovely. Right, the big debate we've been waiting about 2 months for England squad. We'll just go through it. Goalkeeper, right back, and so on. I feel like goalkeeper may be the one where we've got the same sort of players mostly, and then the rest will be a bit different. But Tom, you go first on goalkeepers.
Well, I assume we're all taking the same three.
So.
Mine's going to be Henderson, Pickford, and Pope. And I was struggling with this one. And it's funny because the majority of people are going to pick Pope, but that's just laughable for me. It's out of Pickford or Henderson, and it wasn't going to be Henderson. The whole year I was thinking Pickford. I don't really care if he doesn't look that great for his club. Every time he's played for England, he's been brilliant. It was fantastic for us at the World Cup. He never really makes a mistake for England, and he's the most experienced out of the three, especially in international tournaments. And he's very reliable, and I'd happily pick him. But then Henderson is a slightly bigger, more dominating keeper, commands his box better, and he's starting to play more for United. I think he's been picked as always number one now, ahead of De Gea, and it's making it quite difficult. I think right now I'm going to choose Pickford as my starting keeper, but if Henderson stays as the number one until the end of the season and is on good form, then I would pick him.
I like it. I've also got the same three. Honourable shout of Sam Johnson, I thought, as well. I think he's had a good season, but I think because Pope played the last two or three friendlies, I think he'll start. No, I think he'll go. Sorry. So I think I'm the same as Tom. I didn't mind Pickford, but Henderson, if he carries on United keeping clean sheets end of season, wins Europa, finishes second, I'd go for him as well. So same as Tom, really.
Yeah.
I've got the same
Common sense
three.
prevails.
I've got the same three, but I'm starting Pope over the three.
Oh,
I'll give you a few reasons why.
I don't care about the stats.
You clown.
No, I'll give you a few reasons why. I can start either him or Pickford. I'm not starting Henderson. I'm starting either of those two, just because again Henderson's not had that many reps this season, but. I take Henderson anyway, just because he's younger and you give him a tournament or whatever, and he'll probably be the keeper in the next one in the World Cup. So,
probably,
well, he will be. That's not a
problem. Yeah, it is what it is. But the only thing looking at it is everyone's fairly similar on most things. It's just that Pope actually, I wouldn't have thought this, comes out his box more and wins the ball more than any of the other ones. Wouldn't have thought that. And also, he's twice as good from crosses as Pickford is as well.
I would have thought that ahead of Pickford. Yeah, no, he is a more commanding keeper than Pickford. He's a bigger keeper. But it's just he's never been England's keeper at a tournament, and being the Burnley keeper is different to the England keeper. And then when he played for England the other day, I wasn't convinced by him, and I thought he looked crap against him. That goal we conceded. I didn't understand his positioning at all. No, I just don't think he's up for the task of the big stage. But I could be wrong.
He's shit with his feet as well.
Yeah.
To be fair, distribution-wise, they're about the same.
Yeah, but are they though?
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
What are the stats that show that, Jake?
Well, I mean, to be fair, so Pope obviously plays a lot less passes short because that's what Burnley do. But
that's what it is.
That's what it is.
England don't want to play out from the back. They don't want to just lump it up.
Against Albania, he fell over passing it out from the back.
But again, volume-wise is lower, but it's about the same. Most goalkeepers have about a 98% pass completion rate anyway, because they never play the ball 5 yards normally. And then over longer distances, him and Pickford are the same. It's not really much.
I'm not really fussed about the longer distances. Yeah, it's just about being put under pressure and playing out from the back, and that's why Pickford's ahead of him. For
that. Henderson's pretty good with his feet, I think.
I'm not saying Pope's bad. Just out of the three, I don't know.
You got to take into account experience.
Jake, so for this tournament, we want to win it. You think Pope is the most up to the task of stepping in front of the England sticks?
The England sticks.
His first tournament.
But I'm not really bothered by that. It's just another game of football. Yeah,
it's not though. It's not.
No, big stage.
You give him games at a tournament, it will just get better and better as it goes along. To be fair, they're fairly interchangeable. I could play any three of them. I don't think there's much between them. In all honesty,
I could.
But purely, I think Pope is the tallest of the three, and that's maybe the only reason why he's in the air.
our most likely starter plays for Burnley. I mean,
Yeah,
think
but
about that.
if Chelsea had bought him in the summer, would it make you more likely to pick him?
It's not. I'm not saying that means he's bad.
Possibly.
It's just weird, isn't it? Like, why is Burnley's keeper England #1? Doesn't sit right.
I mean, I'm not that
I
bothered.
think Chelsea should have bought him, but I don't know why they didn't buy him.
No, they probably wouldn't have paid much for him either. But
No.
I'm
Yeah.
either one starting. But
If Pope starts, I'll back him. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's a bit a mistake.
yeah,
But obviously, Pickford could make a mistake.
in all honesty, I'll
They'll
start either one. I'm not massively bothered with the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Yeah.
They're all competent enough.
Are we all playing a 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3 formation?
I am.
I'm playing 4-3-3.
Yeah. So you're not doing the 3 at the back.
No, I didn't go 3 at the back.
Good.
Just because he hasn't played it recently, and I don't think he'll go with it.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, moving on to right back, who wants to kick that off?
I'll go right backs if you want. Am I thinking?
Ooh.
I think you're going to pick Trent.
No, he's not in my team.
Oh, thank God.
When you wait, he's not on the plane or not in the starting 11?
No, I'm not taking him.
That's brilliant.
On a list of
Which
things you love to see.
You weren't expecting that, were you?
I thought you
No.
were going to start him.
So do you know why I'm not taking him?
Why?
Oh, shit.
So obviously recently he's not been great. Evident. The other night he got absolutely mugged. So
Yeah.
Vinicius.
but mainly I just wanted players that are more balanced because I'm only playing one holding player.
Well, that's brave.
Right.
It is brave.
I don't need 2, so I don't need a right back that's going to keep shuttling forward. Yeah. And also I'm playing a right footer on the right wing, so I'm not getting overlaps in mainly as well. So I don't think you need Trent bombing down the right as he does normally. So I looked at Reece James, Kieran Trippier, Trent, Kyle Walker, and Wan-Bissaka as your 5 because they're the 5 best ones, I think.
Yeah.
I'd say so. Again, maybe Max Aarons gets there at some point, but he's in Championship. Not counting him. And also I didn't want to take 2 of the same fullbacks either. So I didn't want to bring because basically I think Trippier and Reece James are really similar. When you look at them statistically, they do about the same job. So I think you can take either one of them. And then Kyle Walker, I'm definitely taking. I think you will both have him as well. Because I think he can play a similar role that he plays at Man City, where he doesn't bum on, but he kind of sits with the other 2 centre-halves. And Luke Shaw on the other side who I've got can then get forward. So I've got Kyle Walker, and then it was between Trippier and Reece James. And again, obviously Trippier's played at a World Cup before, everything like that. But I fancy taking Reece James over Kieran Trippier. I'm going, but again, I'll have either one. I don't really mind because they're about the same stats wise. They do the same job. Kieran Trippier has played in a back 3, as a right wing back, so you get that with him as well. But the 2 I'm taking are Kyle Walker and Reece James as my 2.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you?
And again, Reece James last night was quality for Chelsea as well.
Very
good. Yeah.
It's pretty before we carry on. Can I just let my cat out of my room because he wants to get out?
Yeah. Well, I'll go then. I'll go.
Hey, go for it.
So it's my fuck's sake. Look at him. State of that. So I had a very, very similar. Here he is. I had a very similar thought process to Jake.
Apologies.
The right word. But because you said Walker's going, and then James and Trippier are very similar, so only one of those goes as well. Well, I kind of felt like James, Trippier, and Walker are all more similar than Trent, and for that reason, I picked Walker, who's going to start for me as the right back, but my backup is Alexander-Arnold. Even though I think Reece James is a better all-round right back than Trent, I think he's very similar to Walker. And if you want to try something different, if we needed a goal, maybe Walker was too tired or something, Trent to come on, push the team back. He's the best out of all of them going forward.
Yeah.
And I think if we've got the team on the back foot, he wouldn't be bad off the bench. Maybe even not as a right back, maybe as a right centre mid in a 3. I just think it's something different. He's a different kind of player, and I think he's just too good to leave at home. But I understand why you left him at home, and I was close to picking James over him.
I mean, I will say if it ends up being a 25-man squad, then I bring him as a punt. Really, Trent. He's like my 24th player.
If it is a 25-man squad, then Reece James is one of my extra two. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if we did back three as well, it allows you to have Walker right centre back and Trent right wing back.
And that's why Walker's in my team as well. If they wanted to switch to that as well.
Yeah. But yeah, Walker definitely starts for me like you, and then Trent's the backup. James just misses out, and then Trippier is the worst of the four.
It's more as well. Like if I was dead set on two holding midfielders, then Trent's more likely to play because someone covers him. But because I want to play a bit more attacking in through the middle than that, I'd rather have a more competent defensive right back. Yeah. But again, it depends how you play. Yeah.
Interesting.
Go on, Will.
I've also got Walker starting. I think that's a given for all of us.
I find that really interesting. All three of us had Walker starting, but I don't know anyone else that has that. Everyone I speak to laughs about Walker starting. They think he's washed up, but I think that's really unfair. Like, he's still one of the quickest players in the world.
If they play him like he plays at City, though, like where you let the left back go forward and he just tucks
very good at
in.
City.
Yeah.
But the thing with Walker though is that he's also quite flexible. So if you want to bring on James or Trent
and experience as well,
then you can slot in. And then I was also the same as Jake. I was between Trippier and James, and I also went for James as well, just for the younger. And to be honest, James's crossing is just as good. To be fair, I think he's got a good delivery on him. So
one thing I'll say about James is when he came off the bench of the international break, I think it was in the last game he played. There's a point where the ball just came to him on the edge of our box. He went to clear it and just completely spooned it. And throughout the rest of the game, he just looked like this little boy. And I just don't know if he'd be ready. Like, I don't know if he's quite got the minerals yet to come up against Mbappe if we played France. If Walker got injured, and I don't know if I'd be too convinced by him. Maybe he would step up and perform. I don't know.
Well, the main one you'd back 1v1 against Mbappe is Wan-Bissaka, isn't it? But he's just so bad on the ball.
Well, he's not coming. He wants to play for Congo. You can piss off.
He's shit on the ball already.
No, I don't know. Like again, if it's that bigger squad, then you can bring another weapon. But I just went for like one reliable and one with Reece James being younger. You give him a tournament of experience, then maybe at the World Cup he's even better. Do you know what I mean?
That's one reason. Yeah.
Yeah. That was the other reason again. Like for bringing Dean Henderson again, it's just giving him a tournament, isn't it? Like he probably won't play, but he's there.
Yeah. Well, I really do hope that all three of us, have got Stones and Maguire starting. And if you haven't, then sadly you're just wrong.
No. So if we go centre backs, then I think so. There was like 3 centre backs in the squad that I was bringing for sure. Like looking at them stats wise. So
I've got a list of 6.
I mean, yeah. So I drew up a list of 7 centre backs originally, and then I've cut it down to 4. So I'm bringing 4 centre halves because again, like I'm saying, Walker can play as a 5th one if you play a back 3.
Yeah, you only need 4.
Yeah, so I've got 4. So yeah, Stones and Maguire are coming and starting.
Yeah,
good.
There's no one else.
Your smile worried me for a moment.
No,
it's my fault. Ponza's stats.
Nah, mate. I've not got Cody. I haven't got Conser in my squad either. They're not coming.
Interesting.
So Michael Keane's my 3rd centre half from Everton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He matches up, to be fair, quite well with John Stones stats wise. He's not too dissimilar.
Good season he's having as well.
Played a lot of minutes as well. He's actually played quite well. Again, like a bit like Stones, he looked really shaky like 2 seasons ago, and like you wouldn't play him, but they seem to have settled. Playing under Ancelotti as well, he seems to have settled. So then it was my 4 centre back case. So it was between Tyrone Mings and Lewis Dunk were my 2 that I looked at.
No.
On a Cody.
I
looked at Cody as well. He was on my comparison, but Cody just doesn't stack up to the other 2 at all. So yeah, between Mings and Lewis Dunk, and I gone with Lewis Dunk as my 4 centre half. And you're smiling, right? Both of you picked him in your non-top 6 Premier League side.
Oh yeah.
Well, just to say. But actually, if you look at Lewis Dunk's numbers, his tackling's solid. He moves the ball, and
I've seen his numbers because of that video.
And he carries the ball as much as Harry Maguire does out from the back as well, and at the same sort of rate. And he's not a bad footballer at all. He's already played for England once, so he's not an uncapped player as well.
He's quite dominant in the end.
He played against America about 3 years ago. But anyway, so he has played. He's been involved in a squad. But I like him again. As another captain to bring to the team, captain of Brighton. But yeah, I just looked at his numbers, and he's actually, for a backup centre half, he's really solid.
But who's the other one you're bringing as the backup?
Michael Keane.
Oh, Keane. So
Yeah.
Mings misses out as well.
Yeah,
think of that.
yeah. I'm bringing Keane, Dunk, Stones, and Maguire.
Slabhead.
Because again, probably Lewis Dunk isn't going to get on the pitch at any point, but if you need someone, I think he's quite reliable. Yeah, I've gone with him. Most people will pick Mings, but I'll go with Dunk.
Who you got, Tom?
It's a weird one because I just put Maguire and Stones down and then didn't really care who the backups were.
I was the same.
I just
Someone else will really play, but you know.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I wrote down Mings and Cody because they're the two that's been part of the international set the past year or two. So I just put them down. But I don't know. Would I want Duncan ahead of either of them? Maybe.
To be fair to Dunk, he is a big man, so he's quite dominant. He could be in
Got like 3 goals this season as well from corners.
Yeah, but
the thing is that Cody's used playing in the back three, so if we need to go to that, there's that, and then Mings I think is a bit better than Dunk at the moment. I think.
Yeah, I mean,
Villa have one of the best defences in the league this season.
Yeah, all down to that man, Emi Martinez, mate. Sign of the season.
Well, he's one of the factors. Yeah, no, for me it'd be Mings and Cody. Cody, I think Dunk's better than Cody in the back four, but if we need to go to back three, Cody's a good backup for that as well.
So you're taking Mings over,
and he's also a captain as well. Oh yeah, I'm not picking Keane.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, Cody's also captain for his club. So
yeah. I don't know. I looked at just Tyrone Mings on the ball, and he's just nowhere near as good as the other 5.
Yeah, it probably isn't.
But, his mistake the other day, that wasn't great, was it?
The only positive I think with him is that he's a left-footed centre half. But
that's why I've gone with him.
Yeah,
that's why he edges it ahead of Dunk.
Fair enough.
It doesn't really matter who the backups are. I mean, they're all pretty similar level.
Yeah, they all are. I had Maguire and Stones, and I had Mings, Konza, Keane, Cody. I just picked 2 of them, so I've just gone with Cody and Mings.
Yeah, same.
We've gone for the
same thought process, really. Just
I wouldn't mind Michael Keane, to be fair. I do like him. But,
no, I don't really mind any of the people mentioned.
Much like the played, isn't it? Like the ones ones that aren't going to play. So.
Yeah, I know.
They might play that third group game if we've won the first 2, but that's about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, true. You play at the World Cup in defence. Stones, Maguire, and Walker on it. Back 3.
Yeah, it's back 3. It was Trippier and Ashley Young was the 2 wing backs.
Ashley Young.
Lingard and Dele Alli started in front of Henderson.
Yep. And then Sterling and Kane up front was the 5-2 was 5-1-2-2.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah.
So who do you have at left back, Jake?
Well, there's you can look at a few. Like I gave Aaron Cresswell a slight look because I thought, he's had an all right year. He doesn't get anywhere near Shaw or Chilwell, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, I don't think anyone does.
No, they're and I'm not all about. They keep saying about Trippier starting at left back and all that bollocks. I'm not taking him at left back for that reason. I want a left footer there.
Yeah.
And then Luke Shaw is a level above Chilwell this year, so Luke Shaw starts easy.
Right,
yeah, he's having a better season than Chilwell. Chilwell scored some goals this season, but the rest of his game isn't as good as Shaw.
It's a bit depressing. I saw a poll this morning where 35% of people voted Chilwell to start ahead of Shaw, and I just think, what are you doing? Who are these people?
So again, like
played more.
Yeah.
With the way that I think we should play, you can let Shaw just go down the left and do what he wants because Kyle Walker can cover in on and make it 3 almost on the ball.
Yeah.
Also, with Shaw, he has a good partnership with Maguire at United, so take that over to England.
Another thing as well, Jake. I doubt you'll know this because you don't watch all the United games, but every time that we go to back 3, and this was more last season, Luke Shaw goes to left centre back, and he's always been the best centre back out. He always gets man of the match somehow. Every time we do back 3, he goes left centre back and is incredible.
We did against Barcelona, and he man-marked Messi and did a great job against him.
If we did a back, every time we play City, he does that. If we did a back 3 at England, he'd be left centre back for me, and Walker wouldn't make the team. It'd be him, Maguire, and Stones.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's mad because again, like 2 or 3 years ago, you wouldn't have him anywhere near this team, but
Yeah, I
this
know.
season he's been immense. So
The thing with Shaw is that he's created so many chances this season. I'm pretty sure he's one of the highest in Europe.
Yeah, he is.
yeah, he's great. He creates twice as many shots as Ben Chilwell in a game.
His work rate's
Like,
unbelievable.
There you
He's
go.
so fast as well.
yeah,
Ole Gunnar
Yeah.
Solskjaer sticks by the fact he's the second best finisher at Man United as well.
and again, where we've got all right-footed left wingers that will cut inside, he can get round them easy. Yeah, I'm fine
Like at
having him there.
United.
Yeah, exactly. I think if Shaw doesn't start, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I know it is. It's insane.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens with Gareth.
he might be the second likeliest player to start. I think, behind probably Harry Kane if he's fit to play.
And Maguire.
Well, for us it would be. I still don't think Southgate might start him.
Weird, isn't it? Or Bukayo Saka will bring in at left wing back, mate.
I'd cry.
Well,
My system's a bit different to Jake. I do have two midfielders behind the front four, whereas you've got one holding.
I'm same as you, Tom.
I don't trust any of our players yet to be that one holding player. Henderson's never done it really. Henderson normally doesn't do it. Rice plays in a pivot. So I'd just like to stick with what the players know. Rice plays on the left side of a two with
Souček.
Souček, that's it. So I'm going to have the same in this team. He's going to be on the left side of a two, and the other, if he's fit in time, is Jordan Henderson. The thing with Henderson is at the World Cup, that was just before he was brilliant for Liverpool, and Liverpool fans still thought he was great, but me and quite a lot of other people thought he was just a big donkey, and I hated that he was starting for us. But then he was so good in that World Cup, I started to actually rate him quite a bit, and ever since then he's been brilliant. As we know, he's the captain, he's very experienced, and he was great for us at the last tournament, so he definitely has to start. But if he's not fit, then it would be I don't know. It'd be out of Bellingham and Calvin Phillips for me to start next to Rice if Henderson wasn't fit, and I think I'd choose Bellingham.
Not Ward-Prowse.
No, so So the three centre mids I'm taking are Bellingham, Rice, and Henderson.
I've also got I've also got a pivot like you, Tom. I've also got Rice and Henderson. I don't trust Phillips. I don't really know what Phillips is good at, to be honest with you. Apart from passing every now and again. And then for backups to them, I had Ward-Prowse and Bellingham down. So I got Bellingham down. So I've taken four midfielders. Then four: Henderson, Rice, Phillips, and Bellingham. And Henderson and Rice start for me.
I've got Mount instead of Ward-Prowse. Which allows I'll move on to that later. But yeah, go on, Jake.
So I've broken it down. I'm playing 4-3-3, but I've got two players for every position. That's how I did my team. So I've got like 2 6s, 2 8s, and 2 10s in my midfield that I'm bringing. So that's how I would see them playing. So like you got your holding midfielder, whatever. You then got on the right, which is like the Mason Mount role. I would have an 8 there, because you've got Kyle Walker sitting inside and a right-footed right winger for me.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then on the left is where like your Foden attacking midfielder goes, like more creative on that side.
Yeah.
So be fair, I did not compare Jude Bellingham to one of my choices, and I don't know how he stacks up this season in terms of what he.
I didn't know about his stats, but he's 17. He's played a lot more games for Dortmund than expected. He's actually moved his way into a very good Dortmund midfield to a point where he starts, and he was brilliant against Man City. I don't know if you watched the game.
Probably the best
he was
one.
So good.
Yeah, he should have had that goal as well.
He wasn't good for a 17-year-old. He was good overall as a centre mid against one of the best teams in the world. And I just think he's the definition of a box-to-box centre mid that we don't really have. So
I didn't even consider him until that game. I watched him. He was incredible.
Yeah.
I just thought,
it'd be a great experience for him as well, because we have a chance to develop him into one of the best midfielders we've had for a while.
I'll tell you what.
Taking him at this early age would be very helpful for him.
So I'm just looking at his numbers now.
Here come the stats.
I wasn't worried about him passing or creative wise. It was defensively that I was thinking, what's he like? But actually, he's defensive. He's really good. So I'm cool with that. So I might make a last-minute change to my squad.
Ooh.
Now, to be fair, he stacks up better than I thought he would.
Okay.
So,
what are you doing?
well, again, like, I don't know. The problem with so I want to bring Jordan Henderson, right? But I don't know if he's going to be fit. Is the one thing because he's been injured for so long. But if he's fit,
I think he will be.
I think.
do you want an interesting stat about Jordan Henderson?
Alrighty.
So he has the most touches per game in the Premier League of the ball. So he's the highest usage player in the Premier League currently.
Okay.
He has over 100 touches of the ball a game, 100 possessions, which no one else gets near. It's mad.
Yeah. Oh, so he touches every minute, basically, just over every minute.
Pretty much, yeah. So that's the thing. Like when you look at him statistically, his numbers are slightly inflated because he has the ball so much. But anyway, so Declan Rice. I can play Declan Rice on his own. I think he'd be fine in there. Because again, you got a lot of pace around him, which I don't think he gets.
I just think it's a lot. I think he could do that definitely, but it's quite a lot of responsibility for someone. He's only 22 and he's not done that for his club yet.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like if he plays, I play Henderson. You can play Henderson with him slightly more forward, but I don't like how defensive that is. But I bring Rice and I bring Henderson. I think they can both play there, and Henderson can also play in that right-sided centre midfield role like he does Liverpool. Because again, his crossing from the right is really good.
Yeah, no, exactly. What I like about Henderson and Rice is if we know, because it's all about the feel of the game when you're in it. If we play a team and we set up quite defensively with that two holding, and we notice we can get them on the back foot, both of those players are more than good enough at getting up the pitch and staying higher as more of like an 8 in front of a holding person. So if Rice wanted to sit and Henderson knew he could get forward more, he'd be able to, and Rice can also get forward as well. So that's why I don't really mind having those two sitting, because depending on the flow of the game, they can both get forward.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So if I want to play two slightly more defensive, but Henderson gets a bit more forward, I'll go with Rice and Henderson. But if I want to play a 4-3-3 with more of an 8, I'll play Mason Mount and Declan Rice. Like I'm fine with that as well. And then bring Jude Bellingham because he's 17, but he's better than Theo Walcott was at like 16 coming to a World Cup or Euros. So yeah. I'll bring Jude as well. Yeah.
So what's your midfield trio then?
What is it?
So then obviously I've got Foden and Maddison as my 2 10s that I'm bringing.
Madison.
Well, so who's the starting 3?
So I would, if in an ideal world, I'd start Rice, Mount, and Foden.
Rice,
Mount, and your backups are Bellingham, Maddison,
and Henderson.
And Henderson.
Yeah, that's my 6 midfielders.
That means you're lacking an attacker somewhere, I think.
No, I've got 4 wingers and 2 strikers.
Yeah. No, it doesn't mean.
Ignore me.
Yeah, so I've got 2 for each position. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay, so there's one difference with mine. Me and Will will go with our number 10 then, because you've just given your midfield 3.
Yeah.
My number 10. This is what I was struggling with earlier, but I think I'm going to do it. My number 10 is going to be Foden.
Yeah.
With Lingard as the backup. And when I say Lingard as the backup, that doesn't mean if Foden gets injured, Lingard is then the number 10.
Yeah.
Because I'm also taking Mount. If Foden is out, then Mount comes in as the number 10. Lingard's like 3rd choice. But because Lingard can play 10 and both wings, and he also played as that centre mid in the midfield 4 when we played the back 3 at the last World Cup, and was one of our better players at the last World Cup. Very experienced. And the fact, this is very important, if his form continues, this is a big factor, if his form continues, then he'll be going into this tournament with the best form out of any England player, and that's a fact you can't disagree with. So that's why I would take Lingard. He also creates a good atmosphere, which is also very underrated. It's very important in the dressing room to have a good atmosphere, everything going well, and he brings that as well. So Lingard goes for me instead of Maddison. That's the difference between you and me. I've got Lingard going instead of Maddison. Yeah. Purely because Foden and Mount are better than Maddison, in my opinion, and there's no point in having 3 of the same player. Lingard just offers more versatility, as I've said.
Jake, you don't seem too happy about that.
No, but my only reason for discounting Jesse Lingard is again, like shooting wise and goal scoring wise, he's well above where he should be, for the chances he's had. But the only thing with him is you don't get a lot of creativity passing wise from him.
Well, that's why he's not good enough to start or be backup. He's good enough to be third choice.
Yeah, and if anything, he could be good for like a 15, 20-minute flash in the pan player that comes on and does something.
I mean, I heard Gary Neville when he was discussing it with Carragher saying about Calvert-Lewin. If we're defending a 1-goal lead, Calvert-Lewin is perfect to bring on in the last 20 to run their defence ragged. He'll get all over the place. But that's the same with Lingard. Imagine a very tired team trying to break us down, and you shove Lingard on to get at them. I'd much rather have that option than Maddison. When I've already
the thing is, though, obviously, like the way that we see Mount being used is different because I'm not using him as a 10. I think he's more box to box.
I've got them as the both, yes. So on my list, I've got the 2 DMs as Rice and Henderson, and then underneath them, I've got Mount and Bellingham. But Mount can also play that 10 role.
Yeah. I don't know. James Maddison does a lot of stuff, and I
like Maddison, but I just don't see the point in it. It's like your reasoning for not having Trippier as well as James.
Yeah.
Have you not taken Phillips then, Tom?
No. I thought I was going to, but I'm not.
No, and I thought I was going to take him as well, but I looked at Jude Bellingham, and Jude Bellingham does most of what Phillips does and more. So I was like,
I don't.
Yeah.
Well, I'll pick Phillips anyway, but I'll probably change.
So Will, you've got Ward-Prowse, Bellingham, Phillips, Henderson, and Rice.
I haven't got Ward-Prowse.
Well, earlier you definitely said Ward-Prowse, I'm sure.
No, I said Ward-Prowse.
Oh, he's lost down.
And I picked Bellingham.
Oh, okay. So Phillips is going ahead of Ward-Prowse for you.
Yeah, just because he's a bit more defensive.
Yeah.
And my 2 number 10s are Foden and Mount, and I'll start Foden like you, Tom. I would.
The thing with that, Foden doesn't really play number 10 for City that much. He's either false 9 or on the wing. He's very rarely number 10. And he's still a bit lightweight. I think you said that before, Jake. So I'm still unconvinced whether he should start 10. So I was.
But this is the thing, isn't it, that we discussed with Jack Grealish coming inside. If you play him, is they can interchange and they can play together. I think.
Well, yeah, exactly. So I was thinking Foden right wing and Mount starting 10, or Foden 10 and Sancho starting right wing. And I've got Sancho starting right wing because I just think he's too good to drop.
Yeah, I've got Sancho on the right as well.
Yeah, I have as well.
Honestly, whatever anybody says about him, he's so creative.
That's it. That is the thing. He is very underrated with his creativity.
Carragher's reason was because he hasn't done an England shirt, but
that's wrong.
Yeah, but you play like 6 games a year in an England shirt, and people have seen you for like 4 games of that, like full games. Like, he's too good to start playing.
His last game for England was against Belgium when we lost 2-0, and he came on like 60th minute, played right wing back. He did. What do you expect him to do?
I mean, if Sancho doesn't perform, then instantly he's dropped. Foden goes right wing, where I think he's great, and Mount goes 10.
Yeah.
And I still don't know whether I'm going to do that or not. But I just think I want to put faith in Sancho that he's going to create like he did at his prime peak for Dortmund.
I think.
Honestly, if Foden, Sancho, and Grealish can all play in the same team, the creativity out of them 3.
Well, that's my 3 behind Kane. Yeah, Grealish.
Yeah.
I've seen you doing the same.
Yeah, I've got Foden, Grealish, Sancho. So I'm taking four wingers.
Yeah, so who are your 2 backup wingers?
So I've got Raheem Sterling.
And Rashford.
But I want to play Raheem on the right, like when Man City played 100 points in the season. He played on the
same.
And he was much better there than the left. I don't like him cutting inside.
Yeah, same. And your left wing is Rashford.
Yeah.
So we've got the same for the wingers then.
Rashford off the bench would be class, I think.
So that means.
So can I just say my 5th choice of those players? Right, I looked at Harvey Barnes. Right.
So he got injured.
So Harvey Barnes, if he was injured, he stacks up identically to Rashford. But the one thing he doesn't do is he doesn't take any players on. Rashford go past like 3 players a game. Barnes just doesn't carry the ball past people at all.
Rashford's numbers are insane as well this year.
Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah,
I considered Harvey Barnes, but he's just not there for carrying the ball at all compared to Rashford.
Yeah.
Do you like Barnes? Though?
Yeah, I like him as well.
I love Barnes, but I don't think he's quite ready yet.
But yeah, I think you get a lot of options with those 4 because you get more of a playmaker in Grealish, or if you want pace, you just stick Rashford on.
I think we need to talk about Sterling because it seems like everyone apart from us 3 starting Sterling in their starting 11. And I really hope we can do that.
They all start him over Grealish, don't they, for some reason? But I just want to see him play.
That's just stupid.
Yeah.
I just don't rate Sterling as much as what we've got at all. It's not even close.
To me, he's nowhere near Grealish level and Sancho level. I mean, he's just another system player. He's out the back post and just gets goals every now and again.
Exactly.
And I just
You
don't
very
like
rarely
him.
see him take on a man.
So bad in front of goal.
He was much better when he was beating people and crossing the ball in and cutting it back for City. So much better when he was doing that. Yeah.
I don't see it with him.
But again, like we know that he's going to start on the left, but I don't want him there. But I'm bringing him anyway.
Southgate will probably start Rush on the left and Sterling on the right, probably.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Something stupid like that.
No, Southgate will start Rashford and Sterling, I'm sure. It's going to annoy me.
Does that mean that we've all got 2 strikers in the squad then?
Yeah,
Yes.
DCL and Kane.
Yeah. and to be fair, I looked at those 2 and Ollie Watkins, right, just to see what Ollie Watkins looked like. And him and Calvert-Lewin are actually really similar. The only thing that you get with Calvert-Lewin is he's bigger and he's better in the air. But actually, aerially, Ollie Watkins is one as about as many headers as him in the whole season. But I think he's like 3 inches smaller than him. So if you want a massive target man to lump on, you get it.
And he runs about a lot, but he's just not very good in front of goal.
No, and passing-wise, he's not incredible. He's not great on the ball.
No, he's not.
But, which is what you get with Kane, which is why Kane starts. He's great on the ball. But, yeah, and to be fair, Ollie Watkins does press a lot more if you want a pressing striker, but I'm not really bothered by that.
He does work hard.
I was just thinking, so Jake, even if Henderson is fully fit, match fit, you still don't start Henderson, yeah?
It depends. I mean, if I want to start him, then I can bring Alexander-Arnold to fly him down the right.
Yeah.
But I don't think I need him with Sancho.
I think that's stupid not starting Henderson.
I really want to see Mount, Foden, Grealish, and Sancho all in one team.
No, I agree. It'd be exciting. It would be exciting to see. It'd be exciting to see a holding with 2 in front.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
If we're going for what they're going to do, they're going to play Rice and Henderson. I know they're going to play them, but I just want to see a bit more forward motion.
Rio Ferdinand said the exact same. He did this team.
Rio Ferdinand had a stinker of his.
Yeah, he did.
He was like, Grealish has to start. And he just doesn't say who for.
I just feel like he isn't. I feel like he has to have some mega game in the group stage, and then they'll play him in the knockout. Like, it's really annoying that has to happen.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. I don't understand why he doesn't play. It doesn't make sense.
No, I like all of our teams.
Yeah.
I really think
they're all similar to an
should
extent.
win this. We've outperformed the other big teams in this break we've just had. I think we're the only team that won all of our games.
Hey, Tom, have you seen Denmark are up to 10 in the world?
What?
They're 10th in the world now.
And I've got them finishing bottom.
Mate, Denmark are going for it this year.
Yeah, I've got that wrong. They'll beat Russia.
Dark horses, mate, Denmark for this year.
Who are your 2+2 picks if you're allowed them?
Yeah, mine.
2 extras.
Yeah, mine's Reece James. Because if I want to keep a back 4 and Walker's suspended or injured, then I want James to come in instead of Trent. But I've only got Trent because he's just so good going forward if we do back 3 and things. But and then the other one is Greenwood because we don't need Saka as another winger. We've already got too many wingers. Calvert-Lewin's better than all the other strikers. There's no point in Maddison, Ward-Prowse. I don't need any other midfielders. So I've gone with Greenwood for the same reason Gary Neville did. It's just the fact that if we need a goal, I'd trust Greenwood in the box with the ball at his feet to score ahead of Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin would be used for a different purpose. So yeah, Greenwood would be my extra man.
I suppose. Go on.
Have you got Lingard over Maddison, Tom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not because I think Lingard's better, by the way. I'm just going to make that clear. That's not the reason.
He gets abused.
There's loads of factors into this.
Yeah. But I think when we're looking at the 2 spare players, if we can, so of all the wingers and forwards, there are no left-footed players in those 6.
Foden's left-footed, isn't he?
if you're counting him as a forward player, then yeah, I suppose I've got him as a midfielder. But I mean, out of the 4 wingers and 2 strikers, no one's left-footed.
Greenwood's
So
left-footed.
Yeah, so if you bring Greenwood or Saka, they're both left-footed. Either way, whichever one would get in there. So then you get something different out of that.
I just don't see the point in Saka when we've already got Sancho, Sterling, Foden, Grealish, Rashford, who I all rate as better wingers than Saka.
Yeah, that's fair. So yeah, again, so my 2 spare players then, I've got Trent just again to be the different right back, or I could easily just take Walker and Trent right and have an attacking one and a well balanced one.
Yeah.
And leave Reece James. It doesn't really matter out of those 3.
Yeah.
But so then Reece James would be my spare right back, and then I thought as someone who's a bit different, and if you really, really want a specialist in a dying moment of a game, bring James Ward-Prowse for a free kick, mate. Just
I was thinking this.
91st minute. Oh, you need someone to come on and score a free kick. Just slap him on.
Tom's head in hand. His delivery is incredible.
I don't know who else I need. I don't need another striker to come with us. I don't need another defender. So he's something a bit different just for that purpose.
Why don't you need another striker?
Mate, only Kane's going to play.
What if he gets injured or a red card or something?
Well, then we're not winning the Euros, mate. That's it. At that point, we just played Jude Bellingham for the whole time, give him experience.
The only reason I'd take Ward-Prowse is because in the World Cup we scored so many set pieces and corners. I just think his delivery would be incredible. But
imagine Slabhead getting balls off of Ward-Prowse, mate. Come on.
I know. That's the only reason I would. But,
we've still got some people that have good set piece deliveries.
I know. But,
You've got other players that could take free kicks in that team, obviously.
They're all professionals.
If Trippier and Ward-Prowse don't start, who is going to be on free kicks?
Mason Mount, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, if he doesn't start though, Kane, isn't it? Kane will take free kicks.
No, but I mean like the ones where he crosses into the box.
Luke Shaw can cross from the left, right?
Yeah, Luke Shaw.
He can, but he's not amazing at it.
Yeah.
Aaron Questle's got a good delivery.
I don't know. What's Sancho like? Does he take any free kicks? I don't really know.
Yeah,
if he delivers,
I believe he does.
James Maddison as well. Yeah.
Who took him last time? Was it Trippier in the World Cup?
Yeah. He took pretty much everything.
I was considering him.
My +2 Lingard and Trent. I know.
Very. So your difference is Calvin Phillips.
Yeah, but hearing that Bellingham does the same job as him, I probably wouldn't take Phillips now. I'd probably take someone else. But
I mean, he doesn't play as that lone midfielder like Phillips does. He still plays in a 2. But if you wanted to have a single player that just sweeps up, Phillips does that for Leeds.
If we did a sitting midfielder 2 in front, I probably would start Phillips because that is
probably that's what he does. Yeah.
And he's very good at it for Leeds. He's very good on the ball at picking it up from the defence and passing it forward.
Well, maybe then because of who we've got, I don't need to take Jude Bellingham then. I can take Phillips for that option.
Yeah, probably. If you want to play that system.
Yeah, if I want to play 4-3-3 with someone at the base, I don't mind playing Phillips there at all.
When we so I assume this is the team for Croatia then. Would you change it at all versus Scotland?
I mean, against Croatia, I don't know whether to be cautious or just have a go at Croatia. To be fair, you know what I mean.
I think I'd be cautious because it's the first game. You don't really know. When you don't know how your players are performing, you don't really know how to gauge them. I think you want a more conservative play in the first game.
Maybe I'll just put Calvin Phillips in there to kick.
You don't want to start with a loss.
That's what I want to do.
Yeah,
that's what I'm going to do. I think just man mark him all game.
I want Walker. I don't know. I'd say I want Walker up against Perisic, but that didn't go well last time, did it?
He's older now, though. He's older.
Yeah.
Don't know, mate.
That Croatia game.
You got that Orsic will be playing as well full of pace.
Bloody Orsic. Can't have any Spurs players starting if he does.
No, God, if Eric Dyer is in this squad, Tom, I'll kill myself. if Southgate picks him, I will kill myself. Why do
you hate Dyer so much?
Such a donkey. You know when you think of a donkey? Yeah, he's like a donkey with no legs. That's how bad he is.
I don't think
he is shit.
I hate him.
Him and Winks are both shite, I think.
Not having him, mate. I've already got about 7 centre backs / midfielders I'd rather have over him. I don't need
So
him.
do I. Doesn't mean I think he's a massive donkey. If
Oh.
Dyer went, I'd probably just laugh. I wouldn't really care. I don't really care who goes, and I don't really care who starts. I'm not going to. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not going to get annoyed until if we lose a game and Grealish doesn't play, then I'll be fuming. But if we win that game and he doesn't play, I won't care.
Fair enough.
Same with Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw and Grealish are the two players that need to start that I don't think will. Well, that I think there's a chance they might not.
That's a naughty left side, that is.
Yeah, man. If you have Shaw, Grealish, Foden,
Creativity.
it's lovely. I don't mind that.
Kane's going to be getting service for ages.
Bloody hope so.
Exactly. You're loving it.
And again, like we said before, if you've got Sancho, Grealish, Foden all going beyond Kane at points as well, like that works.
Actually, that's one point I didn't talk about. It's very clear Southgate is telling Kane to do what he does for Tottenham, where he drops a lot deeper. He's dropping deep quite a lot in the last game. And if that is the plan, then maybe Rashford is in for a shout because
Rashford running behind is so good.
Rashford running in behind it is second to not many others.
He's very good.
You see him Phil Foden going beyond as well. Like looked really good as well when he plays as the furthest player forward at times.
Yeah, I mean this is why you could even put Grealish 10, Rashford left wing. But
to be honest, any of them starting apart from Sterling, I'm happy.
Same. If Sterling, seriously, I really hope Sterling doesn't start.
But
if we have like one of those four, then like one of Sancho, Rashford, Grealish, and Foden, like as long as those 3 of those 4 play, it's all right, isn't it?
But I feel like Grealish has to start. Like, that's the thing. Grealish is by far the best out of them all, I think. But Southgate probably
he's the second best English player.
But he's probably the most likely to get picked up them all.
Is that behind the mighty Mason Mount, mate? Is that what it is?
No, it's not. It's behind Harry Kane. Oh my gosh. The wrong Harry, Will. Although, I agree with Gary Neville, Maguire is the most important player in the team.
You did say it the other night.
Yeah, I know, and then I thought about it and thought... I said that the other night before I heard what Gary said, and he's right.
Yeah.
I don't know, mate. I think
we want to play.
If Harry Kane's out than if Maguire's out.
No.
Why not?
Right. So what's your back two if Maguire's out?
There we go. It's interesting.
I mean, I'm ballsy enough to play Kyle Walker in a back two, but Gareth Southgate isn't, so it's not going to happen.
What's Gareth Southgate's back two if Maguire gets injured?
Michael Keane and John Stones.
Do you think Michael Keane and John Stones is good enough to win the entire tournament? No, I don't see it.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
No, you're not. No, I don't believe you. You can say that. I genuinely don't believe
you're lying.
That.
If
Kane gets injured, it's a huge problem. It is a big problem, and I still don't think we'll win. But we'd cope. We've still got a lot of options that could sit there, and we could still get goals and see out wins.
Enough service from them 4 behind will be able to get DCL
We've got enough good attackers to score without Kane
and great chances.
So now you've watched Tottenham without Harry Kane, and they're shit.
They're shit with him, mate.
No. When Pochettino was there, I even argued at times Tottenham were better without Kane. Son would sometimes do madness when Kane was injured.
Maybe it's just Mourinho then. Maybe it's Mourinho's effect.
Yeah, he's the core Mourinho.
I think that's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy with the 3 teams we said.
It's mad
They're
though.
all similar to an extent.
You look at all the creative players we've got, and we should be having like 20 shots a game, and like
Bayern last night.
Yeah. Well, exactly. So as long as we have that solid defence, then we should be all right.
I'm gonna have to start a Lewis Dunk fan page just to get him in the squad as well. Big up Lewis Dunk.
Dunk.
Underrated, mate. If Everton signed him, I think that would be the right sort of level. I think he'd be good there.
Yeah.
Or Leicester. Leicester could do with him. Wouldn't mind him there.
Here's a question. Who's one player you think he'll pick that you just don't want to go at all?
Eric Dyer. Eric Dyer's to get picked.
Eric Dyer. I think he'll get picked, but you just can't.
Well, let's have a look.
That's why I didn't say Lingard, Jake.
Who else is he going to be picking? Yeah, but mate, it is what it is with that, isn't it? Like he still scores goals.
Tammy
There's
Abraham.
no one really, there's no players that I think he's going to take on the plane that'll piss me off. I don't think he'll take Dyer.
What if he takes Ollie Watkins?
My God, Louise.
Louise.
What?
He's in trouble.
Oh, okay. No, she's going on a walk. No, Dyer doesn't go. Surely you don't think Dyer's going to go?
No, I don't see who he goes over.
Yeah, exactly.
Where does he go?
Well, he could. No, to be fair, he could go ahead of one of the backup centre backs.
Oh shit! Yeah, he could, couldn't he?
Would you not take?
Oh, now you said it. It makes so much sense.
No,
He's gonna go, isn't he?
It's not that big a problem.
Would you not take Danny Ings over Greenwood, Tom?
No.
No.
I'm not having him. No, he's not going to Man City. He's not coming in the squad.
No, Will, because
I'm just looking at people.
I don't care how little Greenwood scored this season. We all know Greenwood's finishing is generational, and when he gets the ball, no, it is. It is.
What's funny about that, Joe?
No, it is. It is. It is. This is a fact.
What's he looking like this season? I've not seen what does he look like stats wise this season.
This season, he's been put on the right wing, and all of his chances are cutting in off the right hand side. He rarely ever gets a chance in the box. Running, it's not like his first season. Well, first season he was also right wing, but it was a different system where it was more forward.
His overall games improved so much as well, though.
In the box, I'd pick him second ahead of Calvert-Lewin, second to Kane if I needed a striker in the box. Yeah.
So hang on. So do you want this right? So this is what I think the 23 players that he'll actually take are going to be.
Like Paddy Bamford.
I think these. Do you reckon these will be the 23?
Go on.
Jackson, do you think what he's going to do? Do you think he's going to take Stones, Maguire, right?
I can tell you the three.
No, but do you think he's going to do Stones? He's going to do Stones, Maguire, yeah.
Yeah.
He'll take Walker with that in mind, and Eric Dyer. That's how he'll fit him in.
No, he'll do Cody and Mings, I'm sure.
Do you think he'll take four of them, four proper centre halves?
Yeah.
Don't see why not.
You reckon?
Well, he's been doing that over the international break.
I don't even like Cody really.
Yeah, but that's because he can have like 28 players, can't he?
Did he?
Yeah, the squads for the qualifiers are like 28 players, aren't they? That's why Dyer's in there and that. That's why they're there in the squad.
Dyer won't go, I'm pretty sure.
Dyer's not getting, mate. He's been dropped for Spurs. He doesn't even start for Spurs anymore.
If he goes, it's a bit of a disgrace.
Did you not see? Did you see Troy Deeney call him out on the radio?
No.
It was Charlie Austin, wasn't it?
Sorry, does it? Charlie Austin, yeah. He said that. He said about club bias, and he goes, "You can tell it's the club bias because Eric Dyer gets picked, and how can he be picked every time?"
I don't know. It's a shame he gets so much abuse because he scored that winning penalty against Colombia. Cult hero.
Yeah, but he's shit, isn't he?
That's the thing, though, Tom. If I think about what he's done in an actual game, I can't think of a highlight because he hasn't got any.
Penalty versus Colombia. What's wrong with that?
Shouldn't have had to go to penalties that game, should it really? And also, when we played Croatia, he was the third sub in added time that came on as an impact. They brought Eric Dyer on.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've come a long way from there.
About 115th minute, they brought on Eric Dyer as the saviour. I mean, come on.
What a player. That's a good place to call it.
Yeah, 2 months to go, boys.
Yeah. So
this is all before any injuries. This is.
Yeah. So we reckon Grealish and Kane are getting injured, don't we, before the Euro starts?
We'll probably have this discussion again.
If that happens,
before the night before the Thursday before the Croatia game.
They're ruled out.
In the pub,
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
Have we got warm-up games as well? Is there warm-up games?
Yeah, there are.
There are. Are we playing anyone decent?
I can't remember.
I doubt it.
We're playing Austria and Romania.
Right. Okay.
I don't mind that.
Yeah.
That's a good. Not Romania. Austria's a good test as a warm-up game.
Are they at the Euros?
They're in the Euros.
Yeah, they are, aren't they?
Yeah.
Nice one.
The group they're in. Well, for me, I've got them going out to Italy in the round of 16. Their group is Netherlands, Ukraine, and North Macedonia.
See, we didn't fancy a warm-up against the mighty Macedonians. We knew that would go wrong.
Exactly.
Germany.
Everybody's going to be scared of them, mate. Everyone's scared of them.
Just can't say it with a straight face.
Gonna get my shirt on order, mate. Right, nice one.
Lovely.
Again, if they pick these players and play them the right way, we'll be fine. But you can just feel something shitty coming on.
I don't. I used to hate Gareth Southgate, and people have this bad feeling about this tournament, but I have a lot of trust in Southgate. I think he knows exactly what he's doing. I'm not nervous at all for this.
So if we go out in the round of 16, what happens with Southgate?
It depends how we go out. If it's on penalties to Portugal or France or something, then Southgate stays for me. Unless we're awful. If we play really badly, then that's a problem. But
probably won't be great. But and who's going to replace him?
Lampard.
Fuck me.
No, nothing
I
wrong with
wouldn't
that.
mind that, to be honest.
Nothing wrong with that. Lampard, Gerrard, Rooney, any of those three.
Yeah, if Lampard goes, then I'm guaranteed to see Mason Mount do 100 caps in his career. So
Exactly. In fact, that's why I want Rooney. He'd pick all the United lads.
Mate, Wayne could bring himself back into the squad.
Do a better job than Eric Dyer.
Yeah, fucking right he would.
I actually bet Rooney could play.
Mate, absolutely he could. He's too good on the ball. He could definitely play.
If he was fit enough, I'd have him as the backup striker. I would.
Mate, I'll make a case for Jermaine Defoe coming then, yeah?
No.
That's enough out of you, Jez. Enough out of you.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of old English players that are still playing. He just sprung to mind.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't think there's no others.
Right. Let's wrap it up.
Nice one. Cheers, boys.
You're welcome.
Love to see it. I assume we'll keep